On a recent trip to San Francisco, we met up with the team over at Pylon. They're building a modern support system for B2B, kind of like Zendesk, but built for the way work gets done today. And I was lucky enough to sit down for a few minutes with co-founders Robert and Advith. What did Zendesk get wrong, and why are Pylon the ones to fix it?
We're specifically focused on building customer support software for B2B companies. Zendesk became popular in the world of consumer omnichannel. So when individuals are reaching out to brands online on Facebook Messenger or Instagram or Twitter, we're very much for businesses selling products to other businesses. And turns out the whole kind of feature set, integrations like UI, the way AI works is all different for when you're focused on B2B companies.
And the way that manifests when we first started the company was this idea that companies were talking to each other over shared Slack channels and shared Teams channels. And we kind of took that nugget and expanded it from there to a bunch of other very specialized B2B kind of features around account highlights and rolling that up from the account down to the support ticket. So people know, hey, this customer is security conscious. We should be a bit more careful when we answer that ticket, or the other direction of rolling up all the support questions up to the success person.
What's something your competitors pretend is working, but everyone secretly hates?
Slack and Teams integration, honestly. Or maybe they're AI features. Maybe
that's
actually a better idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of people have been framing themselves as AI companies and have put out a lot of marketing on AI. I think we're actually executing on it and actually building out all the features, both on the assistant side where it's helping the human be more efficient, but also the AI agent side of actually trying to just deflect and resolve a lot of the tickets straight for people. I feel like a lot of the AI companies, I guess they're just working on a lot of the same features, but the quality of a lot of their stuff is just not there, or it's just not existent. They just keep promising that it exists, but never actually rolling it out.
I agree. Yeah, generally speaking, I think especially for our customer base, the way AI is used is different. I think the way that AI is used that's relevant to our customer base is different than the flashy AI that's kind of in the news all the time of just trying to automatically resolve your question and get rid of people. For our customers, it's way more about first making them more efficient, then automating internal workflows, and then over time automating kind of key customer facing workflows.
What hill will Pylon die on when it comes to the customer experience?
We give every one of our customers a shared Slack channel. And that's part of the experience of working with us is you get that high quality support where we're dogfooding our own product to provide you that support. So I think one of the big, less tangible differentiators from not just the product, but just interacting with us, you just get that high quality service.
And I think our team is very knowledgeable about basically what the best practices are for supporting customer success. So we try to evangelize those to customers.
Robert, I heard you have an interesting side job. Does your side job on the traffic authority help you bring more empathy to the work you do here at Pylon?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think it's actually kind of interesting that there are these support and success flows everywhere. So for example, we work with a contractor, a traffic engineer contractor, and they talk to the city via Microsoft Teams, and the city needs support from them. And so there's all these flows that we're doing here in the tech world that apply broadly everywhere. And it's kind of nuts how the market that we're in can literally be everything. Governments, contractors, schools, businesses, everything.
What is something Pylon does that would get you fired in big tech?
We currently don't do sort of stand-ups, for example, on engineering. We also are just starting to have teams within the company. So definitely try to only introduce process when process is required. And so, for example, for stand-ups, it's no daily checking in on everyone's work, everyone's working on stuff, and it's about the final quality of the thing that gets shipped, not whether you're touching base every day on what's going on. We also, I think, hire pretty aggressively out of our network. And so it's a lot of more informal hiring rather than formal hiring processes with tons of interviews. I think all this stuff will change as we grow, but yeah, we definitely index on vibes a lot.
What conventional metric are you proudly ignoring?
We're not at the maturity level where we track headcount the way other people track headcount. We sort of just they started the company by hiring opportunistically great people in our network were became available. We had more things we wanted to do as a company. We're not trying to hit a headcount target. We have raised money. The company's doing well. There's a bunch of stuff to work on. And so as we find people who are available, who we're excited about. We just try to bring them on the team, even if...
Oh, Runway. I guess Runway would be like a thing that we literally just don't track that hard. We've been fortunate enough to raise a lot of money and like build up that runway for ourselves. So like the burn rate might fluctuate month over month, but we still know that as long as we have more than like, I don't know, 3-4 years of runway, like it should be fine.
What was a moment where you thought, this is getting chaotic, but it's working?
I feel like last Monday when it was, or maybe was it this Monday? A bunch of people joined who were new, and it's like, oh wow, we're actually big. Yes, the team. Okay. And so like a lot of people were telling me like, oh, for example, one of our designers said, I was out on Monday and I come back, I'm in a different seat. There's like 4 or 5 new people. Like it feels like a different company just from last Friday. So
was that the day that, because I saw the video of you guys moving the office around.
Yes.
That was definitely last week.
I think we on Friday moved. So this week is the first week, I think, where we're split across the whole floor now.
People are still looking at old areas like, oh, that's not where you are now.
Yeah, it's like
exactly, yeah.
And I think Robert, Marty, and I used to sit closer together. Now Marty's on the other side of the floor, so we have to be more intentional about making sure we're all in sync.
Yeah. Okay.
Who would you say are your power users, and what's the wildest way that they've used Pylon, or most unexpected way they've used Pylon?
I think cool stuff people are doing are basically using Pylon like end to end across, like wall to wall across their entire company. Basically, almost every single team is like in the product in some way. We have our like standard customer support use case. We are expanding now to like customer success, account management teams. We have like sales teams that are using us. We have kind of marketing teams that are using us to like auto draft case studies and find cool customer quotes. We have engineering teams that are hopping in to like go resolve issues. We have product teams trying to discover product feedback. Like basically every team and a lot of companies are our kind of best customers. They're using us wall to wall across the entire company.
Yeah. And they're the best for feedback too, because like they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible at Pylon and like giving us all of that good feedback. And we know that like, I mean, right now we're not going to be serving like finance teams who need a ticketing system, but it's like a really good entry point for us later on down the road when we're like trying to figure out like, okay, what are the other places that we can expand?
When do you feel unbeatable?
I think our team is kind of very strong, and so I feel like, yeah, when our whole team is assembled, you can kind of see the great people in every function. Or when we see one of these customers with like the wall-to-wall use cases where they're just going crazy about how we launched a new feature and they've like unlocked some new use case.
What's something you've done over the past 30 days that made you think this category is ours to lose?
We're about to launch this new part of our product called Account Intelligence. We've been betaing it with a bunch of our customers that are interested in it. It just feels like a very clear next step for us, where we're using all of the data we have access to on the support side of the product, conversations you're having with customers, to like power a bunch of insights about like which accounts to prioritize, which ones have upsell opportunities, which ones our teams are going to grow, which ones like have feature requests that you want to pay attention to. And so I'm excited about that.
What's a headline that you would want to read about Pylon 1 year from now?
Series C.
What's a bet you're placing right now that no one else has the guts to?
I think being this multi-product compound startup kind of play, I think it's very rare and exceptional for a company to do it and actually like accomplish it. I think only Rippling or like Posthog have been able to do it, and like with the launch of Account Intelligence and Account Management, it's like, okay, this is our second big product line that eats up a new vertical, like, and it's hitting really well already. So we know it's like going to work.
What would you say to someone still using a legacy tool like Zendesk?
I feel like one thing that we noticed in the market is beforehand, you wouldn't get fired if you bought like a Salesforce, so like the incumbent. But now with the age of AI, you will get fired if you stick with the incumbent. Like, you need to be looking at the new AI tools out there and trying things out and seeing what's out there or what's new. So try Pylon.
What do you think?
Yeah, and if you're a B2B company and you talk to your customers in this new way conversationally, which I think more and more businesses are, because that's the way buyers want to get spoken to, like, yeah, you're basically leaving a lot on the table across your whole customer journey if you're not using Pylon.